everyone? It is Lovenji Gaming here, and we are finally kicking off the Populous at the beginning beta tournament. This is the first tournament of 2021 and the first tournament for beta itself. Playing as the Dakini tribe in the Dakini position, it is Avenging Angels' Bianca, who's getting quick onto the harvesting. Now, if we travel along the narrow passage on this map, which is, believe it or not, called Narrow Passage, playing as the Chumara tribe in the Chumara position, it is Mahmut1661 representing the clan The Absolutes. So, of course, this is a 1v1 tournament following on from the success of the Populous Giving tournament not long afterwards, and we're going to be kicking things off with a game of Narrow Passage. Now, one of the important things to remember is that this map is typically designed to be a 2v2 map, and the reason we're doing this as a 1v1 map as it will allow players to experiment with some of the upper limits of beta itself. There is no population cap as it currently stands in beta, and so the players can build as much as they want, convert as many wildmen as they want, harvest as many trees or as few trees as they want, and you can already see both players going to either side of the strip, securing as many wildies as possible. Here, there, and everywhere you're going to want to be spreading your base out, making sure that you've got as little EQable territory as possible so that you don't take damage early on. Now, I'm not going to talk about my own strategy for this map because I am going to be playing in this tournament myself and I haven't played my games yet, so I don't want to spoil my strategy. But as you can see, we've got players building their towers on both of the side strips. They'll be charging land bridge to try and connect one, maybe two of them. Got hands up Braves already, that's a good sign. It's starting to get a bit chaotic, a bit difficult to control. So pay attention to these Braves. And we have disabled the beta pathfinding as it's still causing some problems for people earlier in the day. Good groups of wildies still remaining for Bianca. Let's go over and check Mami's base. He's also just sweeping up wildies. He's working on his side strips much quicker. But he hasn't built quite as many huts on the mainland. This is nice. Normally there would be a green core here taking up this, but this is all beautiful land that is not covered by a core and isn't covered by trees. Prime land to build on. It does look like Mahmut is building just a little bit faster than Bianca. It'd be interesting to see which player came out on the head with the converts. Still a group of wildies over here that could be picked up. First land bridge comes out from Mami, connecting himself to one of his side strips. And we've got Bianca's land bridge as well, slightly less perfect, bit wonky. But she's going to take advantage of the wildies at the back of this base just to further increase her mana. Now, as I've said, there are no limits to beta. There is no object overload. There is no pop caps. So these players can build out these bases entirely, hit huge populations, troop aggressively, play aggressively with their shaman. What is... I don't know what to say about this. Oh, he's fine. That was weird. Sorry about that. One of the reasons we're doing the beta tournament, of course, is exactly this reason. We're looking for bugs that could potentially be fixed, as well as testing beta's readiness for competitive play. This is the first ever tournament game that has been played on beta, so it'll be interesting to see how this goes off. Another wonky land bridge from Bianca. What is this? That's a bit atrocious, but hey. Apparently it worked. Apparently it counts as land. So Bianca's building defense at the front. Mahmut is not wasting his time doing that. Got a fire warrior hut out from Bianca. If we go over to Mami's base, he's also finished his fire warrior hut as well. Nice spread out huts here, there, and everywhere. It's going to be very difficult to critically wound a player with one EQ, although an EQ here would do wonders if it cut the right way. Bianca has built a lot less spread out, so you can damage her a lot easier with the way her base is built. She's building in the traditional grid style. You know, hut, 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 hut. So that says she's not anticipating to be attacked and wants to get as high a pot as possible. But if we go to the world view, we can see that Mahmut has given the order to build some towers now, whereas Bianca's pretty much almost finished her towers. She needs to get those fire warriors out and into the towers though. Yeah, just as I say that, the first one does get occupied. And it's going to be interesting to see how these players start to play. So we can already see that a second fire warrior hut is coming out from Mahmut. Whereas Bianca's sticking with just the one for now, and she's going for a warrior hut. Now this is quite an interesting choice. Can't really make use of warriors in the early games of Narrow Passage because of the Narrow Passage. But neither player has made a play yet to land bridge out this middle. Typically in a 2v2, what you'll see is the players will use their land bridges to widen this path and then create a center of attack. Players like Babbo might sneak down the side here, get caught, and then die. And then tell you a story about how it worked once. But it's good to see. I'm feeling like I want to retract my statement. Oh, very nice. So, as we can see, Mahmut's given up on rotating his plans. All of his plans are facing the same direction. Oh, and Bianca's moved forward. Is that a real shaman or is that a fake shaman? It could be the real shaman. So she's managed to get to the middle. Might see some ghosts from Mahmut. Shove Bianca off this high ground. Well, it's not high ground, but off this stone head and secure it. If he does get a kill on the shaman, that could be his own opportunity to attack in. But it looks like he's going to ignore it right now. This is, of course, a 6-person prey, so it's never going to complete off of just a shaman. She's really just there being a bit of a nuisance. We've got a third Fire Warrior hut coming out of Mahmut. Mahmut has identified one of the important points of this map, and that is going to be the power of troops. When your opponents can build bases this big, have to be mindful of your troop production. Bianca's working on a second Fire Warrior hut. She might have looked over it to Mahmut's base and identified that this is going to be a game of trooping. She's building out the base nicely. Could be quicker, but as you can see, Mahmut's base is getting quite close to being completed. The way she's built will allow her to have more huts in total, whereas Mahmut's is very difficult to damage. Really spread out. Very nicely built and very quickly built as well. I'm looking to see, yes, this is what I was expecting to see, additional warrior huts, and then he'll start to train a lot of warriors. Now, here's the ghost we talked about. Easily dealt with a single swarm. Couple of Braves patrolling on the path just to stop a shaman sneaking down this way. Now, typically between two players, this is not enough trees to just build willy-nilly, and you have to harvest. As you can see, both players are doing a good job of harvesting. Oh, we've got Braves moving forward, trying to secure even more. And there's the first land bridge from Mahmut. He's starting to push forward. And this is what you see in 2v2s as well. That's very typical of 2v2s, that you get that land bridge across like that. Something else is being built here as well. It's another small hut. Got 2 warrior huts, 3 fire warrior huts from Mahmut to the 2 warrior huts and 2 fire warrior huts of Bianca. Now, remember, this is interesting. Now remember, with the amount of population that these players have available to them, troops are going to be important. You can see Mahmut's getting warriors already. We've got a land bridge from Bianca. She's making her own path. It's a nice little hill, but she's not going to want that there, because that will slow her shaman down and make the shaman easy to hit. So yeah, she does backtrack and fix the land bridge. Both players are just pushing forward to secure the middle at this point of the game. Now, once again, if we do check the bases, we can see that upgrading has begun on a few of these huts. We've even got large huts here as well from Bianca. There's another large hut here. We've got 2 medium huts here. So upgrading has begun. Not the fastest upgrading in the world, but the players are still building out their bases, let alone managing to upgrade. Whereas Mahmut, he's focused way more on the building, and perhaps I should retract my words, because although he built quicker, he is definitely doing a lot worse on the upgrading front. We go into worldview. There's a couple of medium huts, no large huts. Land bridge from Bianca is going to connect herself to the stone head. And in a fight of braves, Mahmut's brave becomes the victor and draws first blood for this tournament game. Now, if we go over here, it does appear that... Oh, I just had a pop update from Divinity. We have Bianca at 101 population and Mahmut at 94. Thank you, Divinity, for providing the population update. So it is correct. Bianca is ahead at this point of the game. I do like the amount of troop huts that Mahmut has created. He should be able to do a lot of damage if he creates an opportunity for himself to attack. But with this path fully land bridged up, you can already see there's patrolling warriors, patrolling fire warriors. Bianca is just slowly creeping forward. Now, going to be looking to see what the players do now. Mahmut hasn't harvested his wood on this side, and he's actually run out of wood. He gets a large hut over here, but he's still building. We got a lightning from Bianca. Does not find the shaman, does not secure the kill. Tornado from Bianca. Going to take out Mahmut's forward tower, just push his defense back that little bit more. Mahmut has a very thin line of defense, which, with the amount of mana that Bianca's going to be sat on, she can break through very, very quickly. Now, see if there's any further warrior training huts. There do not appear to be, so Bianca's still sticking with the 2. See if Mahmut has gone for any more warrior training huts. No, he's still just... Oh, no, that's his 3rd there. He's building his 3rd on the side with no wood, so he'll be on 2 for a while yet. Of course, those of you who have not played this map before, this Stonehead is the Volcano spell. Very rarely gets prayed for. Now, as you can see, Bianca is just continuing to build, and it's as we said, because she's harvested the wood and because she's taken the time to build her base in this grid, she will be able to squeeze in a lot more huts. But she is going to take more damage if a shaman gets into her base. Now we have Bianca finishing off the land bridge. She's going to be pushing towards Mahmut's base. Mahmut's at the back of his base looking for a back door already, potentially. This might be why Bianca has decided to push in, because she's seen that Mahmut's shaman is preparing for a back door. That's a lot of warriors hovering at the back. Now Bianca needs to just gain access to the spells she needs. Mahmut hovering at the back like this is dangerous because it's giving Bianca time to prepare for this back door. She now knows it's coming. She's now seen it. All these warriors are going to come in, however. Bianca needs to decide whether she goes forward and trades with mana or whether she goes back to kill the warriors at the back door. She can't do both. She has to pick one. She manages to blast trick her way to safety so that those fire warriors do not secure the kill. Now we've got Mahmut's shaman doing her own little dance at the back. She's charging up those land bridges. She's getting ready to deal some real damage. Bianca's pushing forward, securing the middle with her own fire warriors. That's a lot of warriors, though, from Mahmut. He's training even more. Yeah. The warrior training huts are nicely spread out, so it's going to be hard to get in and get them all with a single attack. The tension is high for this map right now. We've got Mahmut sat at the back, Bianca pushing at the front. Bianca goes for a side land bridge. She doesn't want to get knocked into the water, and she doesn't want to push into too many towers. Ghost Army is going to distract the towers at the front. She's going to throw out a tornado to take out one of the towers. Mahmut is still dancing at the back, controlling fire warriors, trying to get them in on Bianca's shaman. Bianca's controlling her fire warriors well, however. Excellent choice. Pushing the fire warriors into the water. Even more fire warriors are closing in, and that shaman at the back was a fake. Mahmut baited it, but both shamans trade, and both shamans die. Those warriors at the back, combined with that shaman, was a complete fake out. It's a ghost shaman, and Mahmut sneaks out of a hut to get Bianca when she makes a play. It's a good ghost. It fooled me, and it definitely fooled Bianca. Now, we've got circling troops all up this path now. Bianca's done a great job of securing this. She could do with building a few more towers, just because it's beta. Braves build towers, they find wood much easier. But let's not complain. She's got a million things to do. Oh, try to cast a volcano there. She's continuing to put plans down. She hasn't killed all her trees on this side strip yet, which is impressive. On either side strip, in fact. She's still got a couple of trees left. But most of her mainland trees have been killed. Bianca is alive. Throws out a lightning, getting a majority of troops. Both shamans trade another wave of lightnings. Bianca is still alive, however. She has not gone down. It looks like Bianca cleared up those warriors that were threatening the back door. Weird lightning spell. Followed by a lightning spell onto the tower. Here comes even more warriors. If Bianca loses this shaman battle, those warriors are going to come charging into her base. She throws out one blast. She throws out one swarm. She needs to deal with this fire warrior. Don't die to a lone fire warrior. You're not Babo. Brave's going to help. Bianca needs to watch her shaman. She wasn't watching her shaman, and Mahmut manages to get the lightning that pushes her into the water. We saw it coming. We saw the shaman sneak up. But is Mahmut going to be able to do anything with this? It looks like he's sending the warriors forward in their droves. We need to spread out a little bit more because fire warriors deal AoE damage, and they are going to all be in the splash zone if they don't spread out further. Bianca's doing a good job of microing her fire warriors, trying to keep them firing on the shaman. One earthquake, two earthquakes on the front of Bianca's base. Maybe you get something lucky like a cut. No, those are the two of the worst earthquakes I have ever seen. Absolutely awful. But we've got a battle of the warriors now. Population's 192 or 150. And it tells you we're already getting to the upper limits of a game, and we've got a backdoor from Bianca. Mahmut threatens the backdoor, but it was Bianca that actually goes for it. She respawns, and immediately 4 land bridges and a firestorm. She's going to get herself into the base. There's one tornado onto one warrior hut. She's got plenty of warriors of her own. Now, what do we see out of Mahmut? It looks like it's going to be a base trade. Both players have built up very nice bases, but we've got a volcano out of Mahmut. Another firestorm from Bianca. Players have chosen their mana differently. The volcano, the population doesn't run. That's a lot of damage from a volcano. We've got more tornadoes from Bianca. Firestorm's got the population running scared, killing a whole bunch, but Bianca's pouring warriors into Mahmut's base. At the same time, Mahmut's warriors are going into Bianca's base. They are running down to this strip where they detect all the population is and just hear the sounds of battle. That is where all the population is. Another firestorm from Mahmut. And another earthquake from Mahmut. So these players built up, and it's done in a single decisive blow. We've got a volcano out of Bianca. Both players just sat there, charged their way up to full mana. And there we go. There's a volcano from Bianca as well onto Mahmut's side strip. It would have been better off in the middle of his base where it would have got more huts, but these are all upgraded, so, you know, it's a fair trade. These warriors need to be controlled now. They need to get into as many huts as possible and start killing population. Bianca's pop is spread out here, there, and everywhere. It looks like Mahmut's warriors won the battle on this side and have started massacring the huts. I think Mahmut has secured this game. Bianca does go down to some fire warriors in the huts. Tornado from Mahmut. Earthquake from Mahmut. Mahmut is still alive. He throws out a lightning to get the fire warriors. There's one fire warrior still alive, trying to hunt down the shaman. Chasing her to the ends of the earth. Yes, you can see this is a good old-fashioned base race. Just got warriors spreading out everywhere, going into each and every hut, tearing it down to the ground. It's a beautiful volcano in the middle of Bianca's base, and none of the population ran. It's the downside to building your huts in a grid is you're very susceptible to high mana damage. Like, Bianca respawns and finds Mahmut's shaman with the lightning. She needs to decide whether she goes back into Mahmut's base or cleans up these warriors. Personally, I'd clean up the warriors so you buy yourself some time to save some of these large huts, get your warrior huts back in action, and then carry on trying to troop Mahmut's base. But she's probably resigned herself to thinking the game is over, and she's just going straight back into Mahmut's base once again. Population went from 190 to 150 to 69 to 99. And chat wants me to say 69 nice. So there you go. Lightning from Bianca does catch Mahmut as he respawns. Fire warriors are chasing her through the base and she's running for her life, throwing out spells as she goes. Fire warriors are bullying her a little bit. That's going to kill the shaman. She might call GG very soon. The warriors are everywhere, massacring her population, destroying her buildings. She's lost an entire side strip here. Mahmut's got a well-built up side strip. She says, GG, well played. Will she show off the surrender function of beta? That's type /surrender in beta now. Kills all your pop. It looks like she's not going to use the surrender function. She's just going to allow Mahmut the pleasure and the honor of killing all of her population. So the first game of the Populous, the beginning 2021 beta or 1.5 tournament is going to go to Mahmut. This is a best of 3 series. See, this is the kind of bug that we're looking for. Excellent. That warrior, that brave bought about as much time as a brave could possibly buy. It's happened again over here, look. They struggle to get the braves out of the huts. So I'm already considering this tournament a huge success. First game, we've got our first victor and our first bugs at the same time. Just waiting for the rest of Bianca's population to be killed. Could take some time with how confused these warriors are getting, though. Look at that. They are dancing circles. And they finally get into the hut. There you go. As Mahmut said, we called it out in the cast. His base was designed anti-EQ. Game 1. First match of the beta tournament goes to Mahmut1661 of the Clan TAS.